welcome once again to the TianHe gymnasium here in Guangzhou. I'm Richard Kaufman, and we're awaiting the arrival of public hero #1. And already the atmosphere building. You can see already Eric Peng is through to the round of 32. He has beaten Kenichi Tago because Tago didn't turn up here at Guangzhou because of an injury. He has withdrawn. So Lin Dan or Sattawat Pongnairat will meet Eric Peng in the next round. But this is the arrival of Lin Dan, his first match in China since becoming a double Olympic champion. He certainly looks in good physical condition. Obviously, maybe rusty in terms of competitive fitness. And his first run out here is against the American with Thai roots, Sattawat Pongnairat. And obviously a lot of anticipation for this match, a lot of build-up. Of course, Lin Dan has been the centre of attention here, and what a task ahead for Sattawat Pongnairat. American, who is ranked higher, of course, than his opponent. Lin Dan now 100 in the world rankings for the sheer fact that he hasn't been playing since the Olympics, albeit a few matches at the Asian Badminton Championships in Taiwan. But most expecting that despite that lack of matches, Lin Dan will come through this match pretty comfortably to take on Eric Peng of the Netherlands. Of course, attempting a 5th world title, his 4 championships on the world stage, coming in 2006, 2007, 2009, 2011. You can see that win-loss ratio for 2013. 3 matches at the Asian Badminton Championships before in the quarter-final against Wang. He gave his fellow Chinese a walkover. He slipped all the way down the world rankings due to the fact that he's been putting his feet up really on the whole over the last year, spending some time with his new wife, Xi Jinping, spending time with her and his family just to get away from life as a badminton player. Says it's a new beginning for him again here in Guangzhou for these World Championships. And there was some speculation that maybe this will be a farewell for Lin Dan, but he was quite keen in yesterday's press conference to point out that whatever happens here this week, he will not be retiring from the game. He is a global superstar, and it's a huge task ahead for Sattawat here. And as you can see, ranked 58th in the world. Best of reaching the semi-final at the Peru International this season. Last time out, he reached the last 16 of the Canada Open, the quarter-finals of the US Open. So he's been in some decent nick, but this is another step up, even against a player who's only played 3 matches all year. Well, I suppose there has to be question marks, doesn't there? He has to be the most dangerous wild card in badminton history, or you can look at another, the most uncompetitive player in these championships. He may have only played 3 matches, but you can also say he's unbeaten since he played in the London Olympics 2012 in that memorable match against Lee Chong-wei, who overcame once again. I suppose what Lin Dan wants is a good workout in some respect, and maybe Sattawat may well provide that. We shall see.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Lin Dan, China, and on my left, Sattawat Pongnairat, USA. Lin Dan to serve, love all, play.
Uday Sene, the umpire, and it's a question of Lin Dan, mystery man, isn't it, for these World Championships? What will we get from the 4-time world champion, the man who's won everything in this game? answers in a misjudgment from the defending champion. And a nice start from Sattawat, who I'm sure, like his opponent, is going to be feeling the nerves a little bit.
One love.
There's the touch from Lindan, who's been training very hard in Qingdao. Seen a lot of pictures of him, and obviously he's a terrific physical specimen. And how about that? Rust, what rust? So 3 points in a row for Lindan. Sattawat, who couldn't deal with the overhead, although Lindan yet to really fire. You can see he's just creeping into the points. Obviously, while his opponent Sattawat knows plenty about him, he won't know too much about the American, but really was a fine touch at the net there from Lindan. Well, they certainly enjoyed it, and why shouldn't they? Look at that. It's as if he hasn't been away, really, hasn't it? In October, but he certainly has the physical abilities, Lindan, to carry on in this game for a little while yet. That was just wide. Ends a run of 5 points in a row, but they've got to be quietly satisfied by the start here. Of course, there's been a lot of talk about Lindan's actual wild card, whether the Badminton World Federation were right. Lee Yongbo says it's one of the best decisions they've met. The federation themselves, as Lindan puts away the smash. And he's opened up a big lead here because of his stature and his fan appeal. Sniffed the opportunity straight down the middle of his opponent. Just wonder, is it a good thing or not whether Kenichi Tago's withdrawn? The world number 5 was expected to be the opponent of the winner of this match, and one would assume it will be Lindan, particularly given the 8-2 lead we have here early on. That means that he's not really going to be pushed that hard, you would think, against Eric Pang, although the player from the Netherlands has produced some good results over the years and is an experienced campaigner. Due to meet Chen Long in the quarterfinals. What a match that would be. But at the moment we're just savouring the return of the Olympic champion. And you have to say, it's been a very impressive 3 or 4 minutes, hasn't it? 11-2 to Lindan at the interval, and it's a very one-sided contest. What do you say to him? Keep it going. There's not been too many mistakes. One error of judgment when he thought the shuttle from Sattawat was going long. But apart from that, it's been Lindan on top. And it's great for the sport that he is back. And you can't blame him, can you, for taking the time out for year after year. He's been under the pressure of being one of the best players in the world, maybe one of the best players of all time. if not the best. And of course he's lapped up the riches and he's taken the adulation that he's richly deserved. But it's nice to just step away for a little while, suck it in and carry on again. Reminds you of what you actually do have. Nice agility there from Lindan. Oh, very nice. Excellent point. And that's the kind of point that he wants to be playing in this match, Lindan. Moving well, reading it well, and putting away the winner. That's nice from Sattawat, lovely angle. Trains in Southern California at the Orange County Badminton Club. Works for a printing company. As his name suggests, even though he's born in America, in New York, he's got Thai parents. Spent a lot of time in Thailand, Sattawat. Whisker wide from Sattawat. Not quite got the angle that time.
13-3.
Trying to be a little more positive, hasn't he, since the break? Encouragement from his coach as well. Sattawat after that point. There's no doubt that the tactic since the interval has been to try and take the game to Lindan. Don't be so passive in the rallies, and Sattawat certainly has had a little more spark about him, hasn't he? Since the break where he was trailing 11-2. A couple of points each since then. Surprisingly, there's been great excitement and anticipation about this return. What sort of Lindan will we have? Not sure. This match maybe will answer all the questions. That's just wide. It's the first time he's actually come to the net, and his touch has slightly deserted him. That one right.
15-5.
Comfortable, Lindan. Of course, his stature in this tournament means that China have a bigger representation in the men's singles than they might have expected. That was in from Lindan.
17-5.
He is in fact the 8th highest ranked China shuttler now on the men's singles ranking at 100. And we saw the agility of Lindan, the ability to spring up from picking it up by a low shot. And need the court mopped, a little bit of perspiration on it. Chance for the players to have a little break, with Lindan 3 points away from taking this opening game. Again, no need to go full throttle. That was more about placement than power for Lindan. Great leap, great angle. Neatly put away. Not that time.
6-19.
It's not a game of perfection, is it? Even when he was playing regular tournaments month after month. Oh, it's unlucky from Sattawat. Good idea. Didn't quite put it off though, did he? Game to Lindan then. First game of these World Championships to the defending champion, 21 points to 6. And it's been a breeze so far, only 11 minutes on court. In the world, this is a step up. American men's doubles with Philip Chu. Speak in the mixed doubles.
ลูกต่อไปต้องเปลี่ยนเลยไม่ต้องเกณฑ์ใจไม่ต้องเกณฑ์ใช่ไหมที่ยังไม่ใส่เลยใจเย็นๆเล่นเปิดเลยฮะรีแลกซ์หน่อยรีแลกซ์หน่อยนะ
Pally, wasn't it, with Lee Chong-wei in the press conference yesterday, although Lee Chong-wei, of course, did think it was unfair that Lindan got that wild card.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Lee Chong-wei saying he felt it was unfair, others had worked hard to qualify, but...
Second game, love all, play.
I wonder whether we will have another Lindan Lee Chong-wei final. It would be a remarkable achievement.
One love
from both players if that was the case.
Two love.
A bit of aggression there.
3 love.
Plenty of time to get it. 241 kilometers per hour from Lindan there. was out.
Four,
Got away
love.
with that. I don't think he was meaning for it to go out. Sattawat up against it already at the start of this second game. Needs to get off the mark, needs to get a little foothold. Nice.
5, love.
Well, I have to say, it is a pleasure to be here in the TianHe gymnasium here in Guangzhou. Of course, it's a venue that's hosted a number of terrific badminton events over the years. The Tom Super Cup, the China Open, the Asian Games. One of the world's greats loses his first point of this second game.
5.
Well, not that he needs any luck, does he really? Lindan, he got a little bit of luck at the net cord there.
6, 1.
I think Sattawat could do about this. Not quite as fast as his other smash, but it's a match, rather a point-winning smash.
Service 2, 6.
Loose ones from Lindan there. Says he hasn't set himself any targets, just wants to play well. Lee Yong-bo was saying when he got his wild card, he made him favourite. I think he was just tempering that a little bit. Lee Yong-bo ahead of the start of these championships.
Service 7, 3.
Sattawat in a spin there, didn't know which way Lindan was going to go.
3.
Left, right, down the middle. In the end, he went to Sattawat's left. Easy. Short from Sattawat. Pounced upon by Lindan. Just seems to have twice as much time, doesn't he, Lindan?
10, 3.
It is like they're playing two different games almost. I don't mean that really disrespectfully to Sattawat. There's a number of people over the years that haven't been able to live with the most decorated man in the sport of badminton.
11, 3. Interval.
So at the interval, Lindan in cruise control. Game up and now 11-3 up.
Good one, 20 seconds. Good one, 20 seconds. 11, 3.
Well, it's a question of when, not if here, in terms of Lin Dan's progress through to the second round. And it's happening pretty rapidly, isn't it? This game just 20 minutes old now. He has built up a sweat, but kind of asked for a better opening round, really. I mean, some might argue that you could do with a stiffer task, but it can work both ways, can't it? If he was to be pushed and maybe taken to a third game by someone, then the question marks would be bigger. Is Lin Dan what he was? Could he really come here and expect to compete when he hasn't played so little in terms of competitive badminton? And we're seeing a few signs over the last few points that maybe always not as it seems, but I think it's easy just to read maybe a little too much into each point. Big thing here, the big question here is winning, and really Lin Dan is running away with victory. You can understand maybe a little bit of loss in concentration.
13-5.
Dan keeping this rally going somehow. Best point of the match by some way. Can Sattawat put it away? He should do. He does do.
Don't pull. 6-13.
That was a bit of fun, wasn't it? Behind you. Sattawat having to play more than one winner here, didn't he? In the end, through the legs of Lin Dan with a smash just under 240 kilometres an hour. Well, the disguise was perfect, the execution just wrong. The eyes went one way, the racket the other. Sattawat was left rooted to the spot, but Dan sent the shuttle wide. And, a nice little spell for the American.
Okay.
I think everyone have a set of counts there, expected it to be really. So wasting a point there. The flick serve.
14-7. Service 8-14.
So 5 more points now required for Lin Dan. You almost feel like he could do with a little bit longer on court. I suppose we'll only know once the tournament goes on this week whether the withdrawal of Kenichi Tago is a good thing for him. Certainly makes the route to the quarterfinals easier. Of course, he has the aura, doesn't he, Lin Dan? That's the thing. He has the mental advantage, doesn't he? And you can't overplay the importance of what goes on between the ears. Oh, excellent. It really is fabulous the way he executes these. Makes it look so easy. Which of course it isn't. Oh, a nice way to bring up match points. Showing off a little there, wasn't he? A little bit of showboating from Lin Dan. Well, misses out on match point there by a whisker.
9-20.
Well, Lin Dan is back and comfortably through to the second round of the World Championships. He was hardly stretched, really, it has to be said, by Sattawat, but his fans applaud a workmanlike performance. There will be bigger tests to come in the defence of his world title, for sure. Eric Punt to face in the round of 32, but he's come through in less than half an hour here against Sattawat Pongnairat. 21-6, 21-9, the final scoreline. So next up, after seeing Lin Dan, it's the time for the world number 2, Chen Long.